Hi everybody. So
Hey, how you
it's
doing?
Sunday and in Connecticut it is 101 degrees. It is horrible out. What a summer for our condo complex not to open the pool
The summer that never was.
due to the COVID. So they didn't open our pool and they're not going to because they have no way to monitor, what's going on at the pool, which, I kind of understand. And then we always usually go to the beach in Rhode Island, and Rhode Island limited their parking to only 25% capacity. So there's nowhere to park. So we can't go there. And Connecticut beaches, it's in the Long Island Sound. I mean, I'd go there, but they're also limited parking and,
And a lot of people from New York are traveling there,
Yeah.
so that's not good either.
And our beach here is full of, younger people. And no offense to you younger people out there. They're not going to wear masks on the beach. They're there to have a good time and get tan. And, you're not going to social distance and do that. So we are here in my air-conditioned car at the grocery store.
Stop and Shop to do our grocery shopping for the week.
Got to do just a little bit. And I wanted to get a few items for our 50 style cocktail hour later. We have our drink situation under control. I'm still going to stop and get some wine though because I don't have any more left. We're having vodka martinis with 3 olives. Yummy. And my shaker broke, so if I don't find a shaker here, it's so hot out, I don't feel like going from store to store to try to find one. And Amazon.
Package store will have one.
Yeah, the package store might have one, so maybe I'll buy a shaker at the package store. I'm going to pay top dollar there, but it's always good to have
What
one.
it is.
So we're just going to head into the store, get everything off the list, go home. I'm going to have to, one of the appetizers I'm making are 50 style deviled eggs. And so I have to boil the eggs and then let them cool off, so that'll take a while. And we might start watching Tumbleweeds, I think that's what the name of it is, with Kevin Costner on Paramount. Everybody says it's a great show, so since it's too hot to be outside, we have no pool and no water to go to, we're just going to stay in the air condition because it's way too hot. It is literally 101 degrees. So hope you guys have a great Sunday, and we will see you later on.
Bye.
Bye. Hi everybody, so
Hello.
we're back. It is Sunday at 5, so it is 1950s cocktail hour with the cucumber little sandwiches I told you about and that I showed you how to make, and also the deviled eggs. And we have very pretty little plates to eat them on. And we each have, pick up your glass. I have an extra dirty martini, and Scott's is not
Straight.
dirty. He's
Mine
just
is
straight. So cheers to the weekend.
Delicious.
That's good. So, along with eating our appetizers, because we usually eat dinner around 7, so 5 is a good time for us, I wrote down all the questions. I did not let Scott see them, that you guys wrote on Instagram when I did that DM me for questions. So we have a whole bunch of questions, and we are going to eat our little snacks, and we are going to answer your questions. So, sorry, but if the light gets in it, my glasses, I'm sorry, but I can't see without them. So I can't read anything. And I wrote them down on paper instead of having them on my phone because I have a hard time seeing. But that's a challenge of being 52, I guess. It just is what it is. You ready for the questions?
You're 52?
I'm 52. Almost 53 next year. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, first question. I'm going to let Scott answer this one. Where and how did you meet?
Well, we met at a Halloween party. My band was playing, and she showed up with some friends, and I was getting ready to perform, and she walked into the room, and I was mesmerized. I could not stop looking at her. And then my band started to perform. She left the room, and she came back in once she heard my band playing and me singing. And the rest is history from there.
Pretty much. I met him at a bar. He was performing, though. He wasn't sitting there drinking.
No.
He was performing. I was sitting there drinking. And he kept saying, I gotta go home, I'm tired. I'm like, okay. you have my number, give me a call. And then I would like be on the dance floor with my friends because another band was playing too. And then also on the corner of my eye, because I have great peripheral vision. I do, I really do. And I kept seeing him. I'm like, I thought you were leaving. And he's like, I just can't leave. And he sounds and looked kind of like a Sammy Hagar, Vince Neil kind of thing. And being an 80s girl, that's just how I roll.
Lucky me.
Okay. Next one. How long have you been married? We got married June 16th of 2018. So a little bit over 2 years. A little bit over 2 years. Tina, do you have extensions? And I most certainly do. Nobody has this much hair and this long. You know, getting older, I always had long hair. And I was always really thick. And I have naturally curly hair, so I get the Brazilian blowouts. Otherwise, my hair, I mean, it's still frizzy now because it's like 100 degrees and 100% humidity. So nothing I do is going to work. But, excuse me, you know, your hair just takes on a different form, and especially when you start to get gray hair in there, it was just a mess for me. And I just got so tired of trying to do it all the time and then always having to put it in a ponytail because it was just out of control. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna tie some back, put some extensions in, and I'm gonna call it a day. And it's been a blessing ever since. I can get ready so much quicker. And yes, I do have extensions.
My hair is all natural.
They didn't ask, but just if you wanted to
In
know,
case you're wondering,
his long,
this is
his hair is his hair.
is my hair.
And then it says the next one is, what do you both do for work? You can answer first.
I'm a machine operator for a screw manufacturer.
And I am a warranty administrator / service advisor for a Chevy dealership.
And part-time musician.
Not me, him. Him. Actually, right now with the COVID and everything, nobody's playing anywhere pretty much. We have one place that's in Connecticut that people are starting to play at, but I'm sure it's just a matter of time before they close it down. Because nobody's social distancing, nobody's wearing a mask, and nobody wants to, but eventually, you know, it just is what it is. And what are your ages? I am 52, like I just said at the beginning of the video, that's why I can't see.
I'm 35.
He is not 35. He is not 30. You're not 35. I'm a cougar. I'm a cougar.
I'm 55. Either way you spin it, 55 backwards or frontwards, it's 55.
He's 55. He can live in the elderly community now.
Yes, I can.
He can. Okay. Do you like the same TV shows? Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Some TV shows we do like.
We love a lot of the same movies.
A lot of the same movies.
Yeah,
movies,
yes.
They didn't ask movies. They said
But
TV
we're
shows.
telling you
but
movies,
anyway,
yes. Television shows.
we differ very.
I'm more of the it's gonna laugh, but the Monkees, the Partridge Family, Haley Smith and Jones, a lot of the old television shows. But we do like a lot of the same things, like Bewitched and All in the Family,
I love
Roseanne.
On the Family, The Jeffersons.
You know, a lot of those old television shows,
If
the
it's
classics.
old, the classics are great. Like Mame, great. Barefoot in the Park, awesome. These are like movies
Four
from the 50s and
Seasons.
60s. Four Seasons, I think, was from the 80s. But like the old ones would be like that one. We just saw An Affair to Remember together. I've seen it before, but he never saw it, and it was very nice. But we do like Mr. Hobbs Takes a Vacation.
TV shows like they do.
If you guys want recommendations for like if anybody wants to watch like movies from the 40s or 50s, you know, send us a message. Tell us what kind you like. We like a lot of them. So like Jimmy Stewart movies, there's a few of them.
Can't go wrong
Cary
with
Grant.
an Elvis movie.
We watch Elvis movies and we like them. We do. Blue Hawaii is my favorite. And I was actually going to make Blue Hawaiis for our cocktail hour today instead of martinis, but I couldn't find the hurricane glasses anywhere. And I can get them on Amazon, but I couldn't get them in time for the video, so martinis it is. But TV shows, I mean, we both like Roseanne, we both like Bewitched.
For the most part,
both
we
like
do.
All in the Family.
But there's a few that, you know, she goes to bed, I put my show on.
But like series, I mean, you didn't ask, but I'm going to answer this anyway. Like Downton Abbey, awesome. We both loved Downton Abbey. Merlin.
Great.
Yeah, I watched The Stranger. I loved it. And then we watched Safe.
That was a great movie.
Also awesome.
We just watched Sherlock, which is
Sherlock,
amazing.
that was really good.
Really good.
We're going to watch The Woods next. And that's like a Woods. If you like the author, and I forget what the author's name is, but who did The Stranger and Safe, they're like drama cliffhangers, and it's like every episode you're like, oh my god, I can't believe that just happened, and it's just like back and forth and back and forth. And those two were done in Britain, and I think The Woods is done in Ireland, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll get back to you on that one, because I'm looking forward to writing that one. I watch a lot of YouTube, obviously.
Mindless television, she calls
it's not, I don't call it mindless. Well, I do call it mindless television because I like to see things. I love people who decorate and do like my apartment tour, my condo tour, house tours. I love watching, there's a flight attendant I watch, Carrie Ann. There's the girl from Milk and Honey, Charlotte, that I like to watch. And there's a few other ones too. I can't think
more
of them.
of your musical.
Yeah, he watches music
musicians,
stuff.
instruments, concerts, comedy. I love comedy.
Yeah, we watch Sebastian Maniscalco.
Yeah.
If you like a comedian, watch him. He's hilarious.
I like Don Rickles. I like to watch a lot of the
Yeah,
old
he watched
comedians.
like the roasts.
The roasts are
I go to bed.
hilarious.
He watched the roasts.
You can't say stuff like that nowadays, but you know, if you're our
Everybody's
age,
offended.
you know how it's just done in fun.
It's just done in fun. That's all. Okay, that's it for TV shows, and we branched off of that one. This one, she asked, Scott, what is your favorite meal Tina cooks?
Oh boy, I have so many favorite meals.
It would be like the number one.
Number one.
If you'd like to have dinner ready when you came home, that I cook, what would you want to see? You see Wednesday over there? Hi, Wednesdays. Hi, babies.
Your shrimp and pasta is one of my favorites.
That's a good one. Shrimp pasta and cherry tomatoes. That's a Nick Stellino recipe, by the way.
It is.
It's very good.
Your pasta and meatball sauce is hands down the best.
That's good. I agree with you on that. My grandmother taught me really well.
Those are if you want them to go sandwiches or meatball sandwiches,
steak-
BLTs,
steak sandwiches.
and steak sandwiches. Those are my
Steak sandwiches
my
are
three
good.
favorite sandwiches.
And I invented the hot dog hoagie.
The hot dog hoagie. We're gonna bring that to
It
you
was
at
so
some
funny.
weekend. We'll
I'm going to tell you
show
guys
how
about
to make
this.
that. They're
So one
amazing.
night, it was like a Friday or Saturday
Yeah.
night, I don't know, and so we're watching Bewitched, and it was the episode where she had like this funky disease, and every time she had a craving, her
She was
powers
pregnant,
were,
wasn't she?
yeah, she was pregnant, and every time she had a craving, she would end up wherever the craving was, like
Wherever the
pizza, she
food
would
was.
end up at an Italian restaurant or something like that, and she was craving hot dogs, so she ended up at the ballpark eating a hot dog, and I'm like, I could go for a hot dog. Do you ever do that? Like watch somebody on
11:30
TV?
at night, go for a hot dog.
Do you ever like watch TV and just like, wow, I could go for that?
Oh, we went for it.
So I had hot dogs that we had, but we had no rolls. But we had grinder rolls. You know, like the really thick ones you can make a grinder on. Because I think we had steak sandwiches or something another day, so we had rolls left over. So I'm like, I'll be right back. So I went in the kitchen and I put 2 hot dogs each. And then I toasted the bun in the oven. But they were like Portuguese rolls, I guess you could say,
Yeah.
like for sandwiches. They were really thick. So I cut them open, and on mine I put mustard, relish, and onions. And on him I put ketchup, mustard, and relish. And I put 2 hot dogs in the big roll. And I was like, here you go. He goes, what is this? I go, it's a hot dog hoagie. So I invented the hot dog hoagie. If it's late night or whatever, and you ever want something to eat, this hot dog. Oh, it's really good.
We had them the other night, and she put chili on it. So
We did. We had chili
We're
hot dog
advancing
hoagies.
our hoagie dogs.
They're so good though. And you know what? We can't have a grill anymore. Our condo in Connecticut, condos aren't allowed to have grills.
No.
So you have to get creative. So I invented the hot dog hoagie. And it's pretty damn good. Next question. She wrote, and I think her name was Melissa. It says, is Scott in a band, aka looks like Sammy Hagar? I think he looks more like Vince Neil and Sammy Hagar got together and had a baby.
Yeah.
That'd be the baby.
I've been in many bands. I'm currently,
There's really no bands going on
I'm
right now. Anyway.
currently working on a project, but we haven't come out yet. So yeah.
Takes the time to work on it now.
Yes.
Because eventually it's going to come back and then you'll be ready.
I'm working on my voice right now. So.
And then what we'll do is once the band gets up and running and, you know, things go back to whatever normal the new normal is going to be, you know, I'll definitely vlog so I'll bring you guys along to his shows, and they're really fun. And if you like 80s music, you know, your Motley Crue, your Poison, Brittany Fox, Bullet Boys, like that kind of thing, you'll love it. I think it's great Cinderella. I might even post a video at some point because I have some, in my arsenal from past years. I can throw those in there. Okay, Tina, how long does it take you to get ready? A long time. It depends. If it's a hair washing day, obviously it takes me a lot longer. If it's a non-hair washing day, what I started doing, excuse me, is showering and doing the hair and everything at night, and then kind of setting it in and sleeping on it, so that in the morning it takes me a little bit less time. But like if I have to start from scratch, it would take about an hour and a half.
You have different looks.
It depends on the look.
You have your
if I do like the smoky eye,
your 45 minutes. We're going to the store, grocery store. If we're going out to a show or a concert or out to dinner, it's an hour and a half, close to 2 hours.
What I do is that wherever we're going, I always know what I'm going to wear way in advance.
Sometimes.
So most of the time. I would say 90% of the time I know. There are those few times, and I know ladies, where you get into something and you're like, I'm a little bloated for this look today, and you got to start from scratch. But I never, if I know we're going to go out to like a really nice dinner or we're going to go somewhere, I always have outfits planned way in advance.
I call it the deer in the closet look.
I do that.
What am I going to wear?
And that's how my closets get messy, because I'll rip something off the hanger, and then I'll get mad at it and throw it back in. That's why like every other week I got to do a closet clean out, because I get angry at my clothes. So anyway, it takes me a long time. For work though, it's not so bad with me showering at night now instead of in the morning. It cuts a little bit of time off, so I have time to have my coffee in the morning, feed the cats, make my lunch, do all that kind of stuff. And at work, pretty much I wear black pants like every day, because I'm like a service writer always sits like in the front, so if I have to go in a shop or something, it's always better to have pants on. But I still do my hair and my makeup and perfume, and a lot of times I wear heels still. And
girly girl.
I'm an extremely girly girl, except, and now he's laughing because he knows what I'm gonna say. I am every inch a girly girl, but I am like a truck driver going through a store. I am. It's terrible. And I always end up spilling food on myself. That's why 9 times out of 10 I wear black. I always spill something. I'm terrible. And then in the store, I get mad at him sometimes if he walks away, because if I drop something, he's there to pick it up. And I do that all the time. And I know that you ladies know this, because if you're in Hobby Lobby or World Market or At Home or any one of the big stores, TJ Maxx, and you're putting together a look, clothes aside, I'm talking about like a pillow with an Afghan, with cushions,
anything,
with a decorative candle. You're putting different looks together. So you have this in your cart, that in your cart. You go back and get this. I match it with this. And then I'm like, oh, candlesticks would look nice with that. And you're going all over the place. And sometimes the worst one was when we went to At Home to get cushions for our patio furniture, or deck furniture, whatever it is. But we bought the furniture itself at Home, and I love it. It's beautiful. Excuse me, but I wanted the cushions to have a certain look. So, you have the sample chair out there, and I'm putting all kinds of cushions and rearranging cushions and pillows, and, I went to go reach one off the top and they all fell over, and
she walked away.
I'm that girl, because I don't know if Scott's going to clean it up. It's not me, it's him. He's got to clean it.
Yeah.
And it's just, I
it's
do
like
that all the time.
6-year-old playing with toys.
It's terrible.
Everywhere.
It's
terrible.
It's not good.
No.
Not good. But that's that. Your favorite activity? Well, we used to love to go to music things. That's since ceased.
Music, beach, and pool.
And all 3 things have been taken away.
Or to sit out on the deck next to the water, having a cocktail and an
Which is
appetizer,
beautiful.
Relaxing, listen to some, acoustic stuff is always great.
We're going to, I don't know if it's like a vineyard or something, next Saturday. And I might take you guys along with us, because I think that'd be kind of cool. They're like a 70s band, and it's an outside thing that it's reserved tables only.
Yeah, everything's reserved now.
Everything's reserved. Here in Connecticut, it is anyway. So they play like all kinds of 70s, like Casey and the Sunshine Band and stuff like that. So I thought that would be kind of fun. So I made a reservation. They have like a fire pit. They have outdoor dining. Their food is great. Anything from like pizza to burgers to steak. it was just something to do to get out of the house, because we go out to eat once in a while, but it's like after you go to eat, there's nowhere else to go. You can't sit at the bar.
So long.
You know, it's like you got to get out of the house, but we can't go to the beach. Well, we could, and we may still at some point, but we can't go to our favorite beaches because they're in another state. They're in Rhode Island, and it's only an hour and a half away from us.
But now they're starting to stop other states from going to other states.
Yeah, and I don't want to drive for an hour and a half for somebody to tell me you can't be here.
Yeah.
So I think next time there's like a long weekend that's going to be really hot, like in the 90s or something like that, I'm going to call around here, because a lot of the hotels around here or in other towns, the pools are open for guests. So I think I might just get us a room for a couple days just so we could sit by the pool there. I mean, it's so sad that I have to pay money to go sit by a pool when we pay condo fees for our beautiful pool here. That is not going to open. You know, I was still hopeful, but there's no way to regulate it unless they hired someone to take your temperature when you walk in. They just don't want the responsibility. And I understand. I do.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at them for that. I do understand.
We truly want everybody to be safe. You know, wear your mask if you have to be out in public, because you know you're only saving somebody else and yourself. So think about it before you leave the house.
Next one is for me. It's the inspo for your decor. I have lots of inspo. I started out really when I started changing everything in the house with Joanna Gaines, because obviously, you know, she's the master. You know, bow down. She's wonderful. And I got so many good ideas from her. And I think the key to any kind of decor that you like is, you know, I follow a lot of people on YouTube and Instagram and see what they do and how they do it. And I never copy anybody, but I'll take something that I really like that they did and find a way to incorporate it to my liking. So in other words, like our house has a lot of like white in it, rattan in it,
black.
It's got some black. It's very like modern glam farmhouse-y. But then there's also touches of like our kitchen table has like a pink 1950s cake tray on it, and I like a lot of the things from the 50s, so I'll incorporate little things here or there. And for me, I don't think there's a right way or a wrong way to do it. If you look at something, like Marie Kondo says, if you look at something and it brings you joy, then you did it the right way, because it's in your house, it brings you joy, and I love it. You know, there's a lot of things I still want to do in here. You know, they all take time and money, so I try to, you know,
redecorate on a dime.
Yeah, I do. I do a lot of stuff at Hobby Lobby or Amazon.
A lot of sales.
Whenever I go to a store for any kind of a sale, the first thing I do is I go to clearance. All the time, no matter what. I'll go to clearance and I'll see what's there first. Because a lot of times, so many times, especially like in Home Goods, they have those couple rows that are clearance. I'll find what I'm looking for in there.
Or close to what you're doing, and you'll
close.
DIY it, you'll paint it, or, you know.
There's been a lot of things that we bought and I didn't necessarily like it, but we just painted it and boop, love it. The only thing, like I said in my, you know, earlier in this vlog, is I am going to get the IKEA desk for my vanity with the Alex drawers. I just think that's going to serve its purpose. I was trying to think of ways to DIY it myself or go down another road, but when push comes to shove, at the end of the day, that's what I want. So I'll just save up and wait, and then I'll get it. And like my vanity and stuff is fine for now. And then the vanity I'm using now is actually a refurbished desk, which is really nice. So we're going to bring that into the other room. And we have kind of a bigger desk and get rid of that desk.
Maybe if I can't get
that's
that
huge.
desk out
We'll
of there.
have Steve come over. He'll help you do it. He'll get it out of here. Don't you worry. We'll get it out. It's just kind of heavy. And so
it's awkward. It's in a very odd shape.
But you know what? I am... You know when you watch those YouTube videos that are, you know, things you didn't know they sold on Amazon that you need? There's a lot of things I need. I need them. But nothing is like extravagant or expensive. It's just like, oh, I really need that. Like the little handheld fan that's pink. I need that. I really did need that because my hot flashes. So that's where I got that. Do you have any pets and their names? We have 2 black cats. One I think is behind us. Or behind Scott. Which one's that one?
It's Wednesday.
Is this Wednesday's?
Gibson's over there.
Oh, that's little Wednesday's over there. She's the little girl and the big guy's over there. And we have 2 black cats. One is named Gibson because that's where we met. That bar's name was Gibson's. It's no longer functioning anymore, sadly.
No.
And the little black one behind us is the little girl, and her name is Wednesday after Wednesday Addams. And she was always in my way. She's still always in my way, so I would always be like, "Geez, Louise, get out of my way." So then she just became Wednesday Louise, and that's who she is. What is the weather like in Connecticut? Somebody wants to know that lives in San Francisco.
What time of year?
It depends. We ultimately have 4 seasons. We have spring, summer, winter, and fall. They all change very much. Winter is winter. We get snow. We have gloomy days. We haven't gotten as much snow lately, knock on wood, and thank
Spring,
you.
summer, or fall are beautiful.
Spring's very rainy, but I think it's rainy everywhere rather. Summer's really hot, really sunny, but I love it. As long as I can
we
get
have
my
no
water.
natural disasters, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, we don't have any like earthquakes or tsunamis.
We
or
might get a hurricane here and there,
little one.
or a nor'easter, but
There's nothing that happens in Connecticut that you have to evacuate. Nothing like that. So, I'm not really a huge fan of the seasons. If it could go spring to summer to fall, back to spring, and skip the whole winter, I'd be good with that. Because it is kind of nice to put the fireplace on and, have the cozy vibe, and I do like that. What is your favorite date night? It depends on who you ask. My favorite date night is when you stay at the beach for the weekend, and you're at the beach all day long. Then you go to your hotel, and you get all freshened up and put on fun clothes, a pretty fun summer dress or whatever, and you go to a bar that's on the water, and you have a nice dinner, and you watch the sun go down, and there's music. That's my favorite date night. What's yours?
that's about it.
That's my favorite date night.
Yeah.
If I had to pick one, that's it.
And it's usually on a Saturday.
Yeah. Sometimes we'll leave on a Friday night and stay there just so we're there Saturday morning too. This year we haven't done it yet, but because of COVID. How do you get through COVID/hard times? Don't know. Day by day.
Well,
It's day
we
by
were
day.
we were lucky. Unfortunately, we were very lucky. I'm an essential worker, so I stayed working, which kept our insurance going. And we didn't really have a lot of hardships.
No, thank
so
God. We're really
knock
blessed
on
that we
wood,
didn't have any
we didn't
hardships.
have any hardships.
So that was a huge thing. And you just to take each day for what it is. I mean, I'm the first person to complain about the whole mask thing. And, I'm a complainer when it comes to this stuff, but I know that it's for our own good.
Yeah, very
And-
important health-wise.
And I understand.
We both have breathing issues.
I just don't,
so.
I'm just a normal person, and I get frustrated and I don't like it. And, every weekend we're like, what do you want to do? It's like, besides to go to dinner and come right home, there is nothing else. And you can't keep going to stores because you keep spending money on stuff you don't even really need.
Or
it's
food,
just something to
spend
do.
money on food.
Yeah, and it's like most of the stuff that we go out and eat, I can make it, and it's just sometimes nice to go out to have a change of scenery. And then my favorite wine, Los Polos. Is it Argentinian?
Yeah, it's a red one.
Argentinian. It's a red wine. I think it's a Cabernet. That is my favorite as of right now.
And I drink wine. I like a Moscato. I'm a sweet person.
Yeah.
She's a little bit different. But
don't really
my
like sweet.
favorite drink, if you were asking, would be Fisher's Island Lemonade.
Yeah, those are good.
It's
I think
made
they're
with vodka and whiskey at 9% alcohol.
I think they're mostly just in New England, like Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island. Yeah, Rhode Island's part of New England.
That's
New
where they're
Hampshire,
made,
Vermont.
Rhode Island.
Yeah. Those are good.
Get you there
it's
and
whiskey,
back.
it's whiskey lemonade is what
Yes,
it is,
yeah.
and it is really good. Last question: do you have kids? Well, we've only
Who
been
you
married for
asking?
2 years. They were asking us.
Us, well,
He asked us if we
I-
had kids.
Me personally, I do not have kids.
I
no.
do.
But she does.
I do, but they are older. My son Jordan is 26, and my son Brennan is going to be 24. And I have 2 little grandsons, actually. One is going to be 3, and one was just born not that long ago. So the kids are on me, on my side. That is it. That is all you guys wanted to know, so that is what I told you. But please leave comments, especially after this video is over. You know, if you want to see how I make something that Scott likes, maybe you'd like to make it, you know, for your husband, or husband you want to make it for your wife or
Or
significant
you have
other.
a take on the food dish yourself and you want to share it with us.
Or anything.
We're willing to try all.
Or what you
different-
guys do at COVID,
Yeah,
on
what
COVID
you guys
to
do.
stay entertained, or I don't know. Just make your comments. Please be kind about them, just like we are kind with the comments we make.
Yeah.
You know, it's no reason for any person. I feel, and I'm going to go into a little bit of a rant on this, but my grandmother always told me, no matter what, always be kind. You know, if somebody's not your quote unquote cup of tea, you can still be civil and just move along. And there's no reason for anyone to be nasty to anybody else. If they're not your cup of tea, say your pleasantries and just go on your way. You don't have to
And my
invite.
father's comment was, always remember, you never know who's watching you. And there's always somebody watching you if you do something wrong or you're mean to somebody. It might not catch up with you today, but it will catch up to you. You know,
They will.
everybody's
Just be nice.
Everybody's important in life, and they have families, they have friends, and
Just try to be the best person that you can be.
Just
If,
be
if
your
we all
best.
woke up tomorrow and said, you know what, today I'm going to get up and I'm going to go out and I'm just going to be a kind person today. Think of what the world would be like that day. It's really easy. But that's enough of a rant. I don't want to get crazy, and don't yell at me for it. It's just my opinion, and you know, my grandmother was a very wise woman, and she was a very kind and loving soul.
enjoy life. It's that long.
It is.
Just a blink.
So that ends this vlog. I was gonna do like show you like my bath routine or whatever, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that today or not. I might save that for make another video out of that, because I think this one's kind of lengthy. So I think I'm gonna do bath night and do a themed bath night. A lot of people seem to do them, so I'm gonna do one too.
And I'll probably have her do a video with me because I have my famous rock room, which is full of
We can do that.
a lot of really cool stuff. I think you'd be very, very interested
Yeah,
in.
anybody
If
out
you're a
there,
musician
if
out
you're a
there.
musician or yourself or know somebody who is, you know, I'll do another vlog for that too. But I think this one's getting kind of lengthy, so I'm gonna let it go right now. So be kind to everybody. Leave us any comments you want to leave, anything that you want to see, any further things you think that we should go do, you know, especially during COVID. If you guys have an activity or something that you find that you really love, tell us what it is.
So, until next time, be
that's
kind,
it.
be
Be
happy,
kind.
and enjoy life. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. See you next time. Bye-bye.